This is it. You're in it. Well, it looks like we're having a bigger turnout than the last time, which I'm thinking, wow, I must have done an amazing job in getting people, the word out. Hopefully, I want to test to see if it's coming through loud and clear. If you're watching me right now, can you go ahead and create or do a quick message or a text and let me know that the volume and all of that is coming through, okay? Now, let me go ahead and start because I like to start promptly, as everyone likes to think that I do all the time. Anyway, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Okay, are you ready to discover a brand new way to source Philippine-made products? Well, this is it. This is the first of its kind. And I want to go ahead and tell you what this is. This live stream is called Live at the EmPHorium. My name is Ferdinand Soriano, and I am the founder of a company called Planet 63, as well as the co-founder of the EmPHorium. And you are now watching this whole thing, and it's called Live at the EmPHorium. Before I move further into the show, I want to tell you a little bit about EmPHorium, what it is, and what it's supposed to do. EmPHorium is a premier Philippine-made product showroom and global business center. And its purpose, it's sort of unique. It's the first of its kind in the US because everybody has done showrooms. That's not a big deal. But really what the behind the scenes is what really makes it important. Because at the end of the day, our job or the whole purpose and the whole reason why we exist and why we're doing what we're doing is to create awareness as well as sales opportunities for Philippine-made products. I realize that, anybody can put up a showroom. It's not a big deal. At the end of the day, your job or anybody's job who do that, and I commend anybody who's doing that for Philippine-made products, is to sell products. Because what does that mean? Because at the end of the day, selling products helps people and create create livelihoods in the Philippines. And at the end of the day, creates livelihood here also. Obviously, the entrepreneurs who are selling the products. So at the end, it's not just a showroom, it's not a showpiece, even though technically I should turn the camera around and show you how amazing it is, but you don't have time for that. So let me go ahead and move forward. Now, live at the EmPHorium, what it is basically a virtual show, a live stream, where what our purpose is to document the business connections or business matchmaking journeys of a lot of the people that we're starting to connect, Philippine sellers and U.S. buyers. We're also about event announcements, showing you what type of activities we're doing here in the U.S. to create opportunities for Philippine-made products. And we're also going to talk about news, about logistics, e-commerce, and marketing. And we're also going to do our version of live selling, because at the end, it's not just a showpiece. We want to be able to actually show you and demonstrate some products, and then hopefully we have some time for that. And we're going to do that later into the show, because today we're sort of excited for a lot of the things that hopefully the technology doesn't fail me, which it has before, but it is what it is, because obviously, there's certain things unexpected, and we just learn to sort of roll with it, and that's what we try to do. But if everything goes well, what we have in store for all of you are two stories, or rather two sets of stories, where one is, the first story is about a product, an ingredient, and we're going to introduce you to the supplier of that product as well as the user of that product now, or their journey together trying to create a market presence for that product here. And I'm excited to talk to you about them. Second, we're going to do some event announcement. We might be going to Vegas. If the internet connection is good, we might be going to Vegas, and we're going to introduce, or at least sort of be the fly on the wall on an event that's happening in Vegas through one of our facilitators, who, by the way, is going to teach a class next week on design. It's called EmPHorium's Master Class on Design. And then also we're going to have our one of our co-founder, who's going to talk about one of the activities that we just did recently, and what she's going to talk about is how that went, and more activities that we're going to do, so that we can convey to a lot of Philippine manufacturers that EmPHorium is the amazing place where you want to go ahead and help promote your products. And lastly, we're going to do another story about a designer in the Philippines, and the name of the company is called EmPHology, where they've connected with a very successful, I like to think they're very successful online store called Barong Warehouse. So what we've done is we've connected them, and right now they're collaborating in certain ways. They have their challenges and wins, but at the end of the day, what we're hoping with that journey together is that they're going to be able to give each other feedback on the market, in the U.S. market, and how they can possibly improve the design if it needs to, or whatever, to suit the current market. Now, right now, I promise that I'm going to go ahead and see if we're actually going ahead and having the people that are going to be on the show, because the one that I'm concerned with is a chef that he all honesty, the reality is that he had a little issue with the schedule, so hopefully he can still make it. But while we're doing that, let me go ahead and bring up the supplier, the manufacturer of this amazing product, which the one that I'm going to go ahead and introduce you. His name is Alan Toison. He's probably going, gee, Ferdinand, I thought I was going to come in at 5:15, but since I want to go ahead and give them ample time to be able to discuss their product, let me go ahead and do that while we're waiting for the chef. So with that being said, let me go ahead and bring up on board, and this is his product. Let me go ahead and maybe do a little bit of an intro. So this way, I actually devised another way to bring products in, or at least show. Here's this product. It's called Saint C, all natural citrus extract, natural ingredients, and they have a lot of other products that he has. He has that, and then he also has the cocoa vinegar. Okay, and then also his new product is called cocoa ketchup. Just on that alone, you guys have to be curious to see what that must taste like. And again, looking at that, this is exactly why we created EmPHorium, because it's one thing to show it on TV, right? All these products are amazing, packaging, everything's great, right? But the reality is that there isn't any place where you can actually try these products, whether they be clothes, food, or arts and crafts, you gotta, that's the one thing you can't get around. You have to experience the product. You can say it, tell everybody it's amazing, but you gotta taste it yourself. And how do you do that if it's not here? So that's what we has next. I mean, that's what he has. And then this one, for all those people who love soy sauce, okay, it's called cocoa mansi, cocoa aminos, and also calamansi. Let me go ahead and show you that on the screen. Okay. So those are all of his products. At the end of the day, those are amazing that he's able to come up with all these different products. So with that being said, let me go ahead and have him tell you a little bit more about his company and what he's trying to do to get more awareness here in the U.S. And hopefully the other gentleman that I was going to introduce to all of you guys and amaze you with is a chef who is well known in the LA area. He's known to say in his Instagram, Filipino food done his way. And he's about to open up a store in, I think in West LA, Los Angeles, California. And I'm excited to hopefully get to go and try out some of this food. But if you look at his Instagram, it's called Kuya Lords, Kuya Lord, Lord. And he has an amazing origin story that you guys want to check out. But at the end of the day, when you go into his Instagram, I hope you ate, because you're going to get really hungry and you're going to get cravings for the stuff that he has. But again, like I said, nothing beats going there and checking it out yourself. So with that being said, let me go ahead and bring, he's become a really good friend in terms of what he's trying to do. And I'm helping him a lot in terms of trying to expose the product. His product has already been tested or tried by numerous chefs all over the world. And we're excited to get to the point where now it should be in a lot of Filipino stores. I mean, Filipino restaurants, but the product is not just Filipino. It's not just for them to try. It's actually a global quality product. With all that being said, because it's amazing in the way he's packaged it, the care he took to be able to create a product that's so natural and the right balance in the taste. So let me go ahead and introduce you. His name is Alan. Alan.
Hi, Bong. Good morning. Good afternoon, actually. Good morning here from
How are
Manila.
you? Yeah, it's like it's 5:09,
Yeah.
and we're gonna wait for Chef Lord. I mean, I like this format that I'm doing, because at the end of the day, I am not even trying to be super professional, and I just really want to just have this really conversation with the audience. And before you go on, I want to go ahead and say one more thing. Um, what I want live at the EmPHorium is about us to have an interaction with all of you, and
Yeah.
I want to have, because when you're doing that, when we present the product, you ask about it, and then the Philippine manufacturers are excited to hear that. So it's not a show for the sake of just a show. I'm not here to do that. Trust me. I'm here to just really kind of instigate or facilitate whatever information that we can get from all of you. And this is the show, or the live stream is about you. One thing that I want to do is I want to invite all of you to visit EmPHorium. EmPHorium is located, for all those who want to know, is located at 3250 Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles, California. So again, it's a place for experiencing Philippine products at the end. So my thing is that please go ahead and let me know. Do a text and say where you're watching this from, what city, and all of that. And again, feel free, please, to go ahead and make a comment about the product packaging. What is the price point? Where can you get it? And what are we trying to do with the product? At the end of the day, you're the customer. You're going to be the one who's going to dictate a lot of where this product is going to end up, because that's what speaking of that, we're also forming a focus group that we want some people to come to EmPHorium and actually give us their feedback, and get free samples and some gift certificates to be able to as our way of thanking you for being a part of the for the focus group. So with that being said, Alan, so tell us a little bit about St. C, my friend.
Well, thank you, Bong. Thank you for the show and Emporium. And you guys have always been very supportive of our company over here in Manila. Uh, just for the others who are not yet familiar with our company, we started this out a long time ago, 5 years ago, actually. And so It was actually the inspiration came from a trip from Japan in Tokyo, and when we were there, we saw one product, a Japanese product. It's called yuzu. It's a yuzu fruit, and in Japan, well, in the aisle where I saw it in the supermarket, it's like a whole aisle of yuzu sodachi products where they come in liquid format, powder. There was a jam, yuzu jam, and all sorts of products just based on yuzu. And so I figured, we have a fantastic product, calamansi, which is actually has a very similar usage. In Japan, they use all their yuzu for their cooking, marinating, dipping sauce, drinks. In fact, they use it for when they when it's winter season in Japan. They use it for their Japanese bath, the onsen baths. They throw the fruit inside the hot bath, and it refreshes their skin. So that's the only difference. We don't use our calamansi for bath, but I'm sure we use it for cleaning and soap and products and all sort. But going back, when I saw it, I realized there's so much more I think that we could do with our calamansi. Now, we're not the first. Another group or several groups have already done calamansi products, bottled, powdered, uh, in different format. But I believe nobody's ever done in its very uh, natural state. We don't put sugar, we don't put honey, we don't put any unsafe chemical shelf life lengtheners. For some simple reason. First is if you do not alter the taste, you get the actual taste profile of calamansi. Thereby, you appreciate the real taste of the product, right? And in the sense that calamansi is supposed to enhance. Calamansi is a finisher. And if you alter the taste profile, you then alter the whole meal. You alter the whole taste. You alter the whole juice. And so that was the first and foremost task. And so it took us that long time to figure things out. And after so many research and back and forth with some groups and trying to learn more, and even trying to learn more about how the Japanese would do it, uh, we finally broke through. We found, at least for me, I think I found my formula. And so about 3 years ago, we started testing the market, and fortunately, I think the market readily accepted our product, and that's when we realized we were onto something. But then a friend of mine told me, Alan, you shouldn't just have one product. I think you should have multitude of products. And so from calamansi, now we ended up learning about cocoa aminos and the benefits of cocoa aminos. So instead of using your regular toyo, we we embrace the that other product, which is actually made here also, cocoa aminos. And so what we did was, for the first time, nobody's ever done it, as far as I know, as far as my research goes. We combined it with calamansi, with our product calamansi. And so here again, we are new product. We've never done anything of some sort. And in fact, a lot of the Filipinos don't even know what cocoa aminos is. And so introducing the product to the market was very challenging. But then having calamansi in the product kind of, it's like a foot on the door. It's we're
Alan, let
kind
me
of.
interrupt you a little bit because the reason why I want to interrupt you, and I know I could be rude sometimes, but
Yeah,
what I also wanted them to realize is that a lot of the things that you're saying are on Instagram, social media, and all of that. And what I wanted the audience to know, this amazing product of yours is already getting great reviews from different chefs all over the world. So I guess what I want the people to know is that it's an amazing product. But just tell us a little bit about, while we're waiting for hopefully Chef Flores that's able to come in, your journey with some of the buyers, or rather some of the chefs that you've had, and what do you want to do with the viewers right now? Where could they potentially get it? By the way, you can actually get this now at Walmart.com, Walmart.com online, and also at Shop Sari Sari and .com for those people who are interested. Because at the end, what I want everybody to do is, this is one of the things that Emporium is trying to do, is we want you to experience it. The only way you're going to experience how amazing this is, besides the the bloggers or the chefs have been doing, as well as Alan, is to really try it. At the end, that's what it is. If you're interested in getting a sample of this, we'll find a way to send it to you. We're also even taking pre-orders on the show now, so that if you're interested in this product, then just send us a message and we'll find a way to ship this out to you. Because it is available in a couple of outlets, but not enough where you can easily go to certain places and easily go to maybe a seafood city, and that's what we're working on at your local grocery store. But again, please send us a message right now. Type it in if you want to get a sample, or you want to go visit Emporium. And then on top of that, I just want to acknowledge, because at the end, this is about you guys. So I want to acknowledge Mayanne Salazar, as well as Tonette, Dionisio, for watching. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for supporting, Emporium, and keep on just letting us know what else that you think about this. We really want your perspective. So Alan, just go ahead and give us a little bit more feedback on what you found, what some of the chefs are saying about the product, and how they're using it, and where they've been using it.
Yeah, well, so in the last 3 years since we launched the product, we managed to make some inroads through, as you mentioned, chefs. Even there was a Michelin star chef in DC who caught our product as well. And so, um, because of these influencers and foodie groups, chefs, after trying it out, they liked the product. They tested it out with some of the food that they do. They use it for marinades. They use it for dipping. We got a lot of validation, and fortunately, again, we got a lot of positive feedback. And so the journey hasn't been that easy for me. I mean, for somebody who's new in the market, and somebody who's uh, wasn't even at all in the manufacturing business. Um, I'm also in the in a way, in a food business. I'm actually a commercial photographer here in Manila, and we do most, if not the major food companies. And so food, I've always been surrounded by food. I'm always been surrounded by chefs. I'm always been surrounded by marketing people. And so food has always been ingrained in me. And with that experience and with that immersion, I became more familiar with what the market needs, and how to execute it. And so um, I don't know, maybe we were just fortunate enough to find all these fantastic products and come out with all these ingredients. But the challenge really hit here is that we would like to elevate, at least for calamansi for now. That's the goal. We would like to elevate calamansi in the levels of the Japanese yuzu, because the Japanese yuzu is already the market is already vast. It goes all the way up to all the Michelin stars in Europe, in the US, in Asia. And my goal, my dream, is to be able to lift the calamansi, the level of the calamansi, to be able to at least reach also that level. I've seen it. I've seen it happen 5 years ago when the Madrid Fusion Manila, when it was done here, and that was my first attempt to even uh, try to see how the Michelin star chefs would react to calamansi. And I saw it. I When they were trying it out in their dishes, all these great chefs from Barcelona, from San Sebastian, they validated it, and I saw it. So that was how it all started. It's just I knew I was in the right path. It's just a matter of how to get to the next level of bottling it, packaging it properly, hoping to
I think one of the stories that you I wish that you would share more is that you, like you said, you started, simply like you had a passion. Your family was a big connoisseur, for lack of a better word, I guess, of calamansi. And I've been on your journey, part of it. And when I go to restaurants and present the product, what I get out of it is they're pure. If they're true to their craft and they love to cook, they love things that they are so passionate about, like the ingredients. When they taste it, it's sort of like their eyes pop out a little bit, and they're just amazed because the challenge I think sometimes when a dish here that a film entrepreneur, I mean a chef or somebody in the restaurant business tries to make some sort of dish that requires some either lemon or calamansi, especially when they're making Filipino traditional Filipinos, that it's hard for them to come up with something natural like you were saying, right? So at the end, they don't know where to get some of these ingredients. In terms of, there's nothing in the market that I find that, yeah, there's products that are calamansi that our audience are actually going, well, no, man, well, I've seen those products before. Yeah, well, you have, but the reality, the difference between Alan's product and the rest, I'm not going to say which one. Not it's actually the way they put it together because it's all organic. These products right here, this actually, I mean, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing to say, but he doesn't put any preservatives, that it has a certain shelf life. But you know what? The exciting part is that people buy this and it's usually gone in about a month,
Yeah,
right? You know,
correct.
because the product can be used not only for cooking but also for beverage. You know, you can make this with drinks.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
one is, yeah,
You
is that
you
right, Alan?
yeah, yeah. We actually for the viewers out there, we're not only just selling in the US now. We've actually managed to make our way to Australia. We have another partner group there. Um, they're all Filipinas, by the way, entrepreneurs, and they've managed to sell our products. And but people out there, unlike not just cook, they like to drink, and that's one of the another reasons why we launched our product. We
Mhm.
we want it as um, you can use it for anything that you want. That's why we don't put sugar, we don't put honey. You can use it for wine. You can make white sangria. You can use it for your rosé. There was a Korean who taught me soju calamansi with Sprite or Seven Up, add ice, gin and tonic. They use it for. There was one who made in Australia calamansi mojito. You can add it with our local rum over there. I know you've tried it before, Ferdinand,
No, I
in the
know. Like,
Philippines.
see,
Yeah,
the other thing that I want to bring to their attention, and sometimes it's hard because it's my screen may not show it, and that's the reason why I keep showing
I'll
my, my
it's this
unprofessional
one.
way. You see, what's amazing about his product is that he took great care in the packaging. This is bottled. It's not plastic.
Yeah, it's bottle.
That,
We want it,
that's a good that's a good thing.
sustainable. We're that kind of company. I mean,
Yeah,
we like everything
that's a
sustainable. These
well, that's
are
a good thing. That's a good thing in a, as far as the product and his care. The only times this is the reason why I'm trying to solicit feedback from all of you, because at the end what we're trying to do is, there's a difference when you're bringing a product from the Philippines as opposed to if the product was made here. That's not a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just saying that with everything the way it is, we wanted your feedback on, the bottling, right? But before I do that, I just want to acknowledge Giro, you're online. Thank you so much. Just say hello. Thank you. I appreciate that. And also, Riza, thank you so much for that, for being here. She asked, Riza Eve said, how can we purchase the product? Like I said, you can send us a message and we can go ahead and send the product out to you. Just let us know where you want the product to be sent, and we'll go ahead and send it to you. As well as, I think you can go to Walmart also.com. But at the end of the day, a lot of these products are the Saint C product is trying to make its way here, and that's the reason why this is not about a product where we're just asking you or showing you the product for the sake of showing it. We really want your feedback, what you think of it, because at the end, that's what helps a lot of manufacturers, not just Allen, but also other makers of product, not just Saint C, of course, because that helps out tremendously. There's also
By the way, Bong, I just wanted to tell you for the last 2 years that, well, of course, the pandemic kind of broke the momentum for us. But now that the, uh, the international flights are frequent now, and COVID, we're all in level 1 now, and our kababayans from the US, Canada, from Europe now are coming back. They've heard about our product, and our product has become the pasalubong now.
well,
It's now a pasalubong, and so aside from probably, I don't know, from pastillas or something, you guys might wanna consider
definitely
it as a great pasalubong. I
it's
actually have an
definitely
order for another group of balikbayans, and they'd like to bring it back to from what country they're coming from.
it's definitely going to be that kind of a product, Alan.
Yeah,
So again, I'm probably going to start sounding like our time is up, which is when it comes to that. But I really want to read some of the things that they're saying right now. And again, thank you so much, everybody, as far as your input, because again, that's the most important part. This is an interactive show, and we don't really want to just show products at the end and have like a talking head just talking, right? So I want to read Aldis Mina. I know Aldis. Aldis, thank you so much for being here. Okay, for watching the show even for a brief moment. Aldis is someone that what I'm trying to do and what EmPHorium is trying to do, and from U.S. Philippine kind of promotion. Well, this is just part of what they do. I'm not saying this is what they do, but this gentleman, Aldis, thank you so much for watching. He is 3, 4, 5 times, because globally that's what he does for products. So I'm going to read you what he said. He says, we can represent you in the European market and will also showcase your company in our international business catalog. So this gentleman is 10 times more intense in terms of
that's
the
great.
goals he
Thank
has.
you.
So that's
Yeah,
what he
we'd
said.
like to connect with him.
Yeah.
We're
So
we're
let me go
actually
ahead and
talking
read
to
that.
somebody from Germany now and somebody from Norway. People from Spain, Liechtenstein, France, Italy. They're all sending us messages in our Instagram. By the way, you can also check us out, Saint CPH, on our Instagram.
So
And
I'm going to
they're
give
all
you.
reaching out to us. People from around the world are reaching out to us.
Oh
How to
yeah.
get the product.
Let me go ahead and give you the last thing you want to say before I go into our next segment. Go ahead,
Yeah, well,
Alan.
thank you again, Bong, for giving us this opportunity. I think it's these kinds of forums that give us a platform to tell the world what we have and what we could offer. Um, yeah, in the terms of Filipinos, hindi naman nakakahiya. Hindi nakakahiya. Hindi kami mapapahiya dito, at hindi rin kayo mapapahiya pag na-try nyo to. Try it with your friends, with your family members, or even your neighbors there who are not even familiar with calamansi. If you want the true taste of calamansi, then you know try my products. And by the way, Bong, just to add, all these products are actually mixable. So this one you can mix. Um, this one can be mixed together. Great for dipping sauce. This one, the kokomansi is actually good with any Japanese, aside from Filipino fare. Great for Japanese, Korean dipping sauce. Everything is mixable. All
Well,
I have
that's that's
more.
that's one
Everything
thing
is
I
mixable.
forgot to. That's one thing I forgot to tell them, that it's all you. It's also you provide value because all of them are mixable. So, but with that being said, I want to thank you for doing that. I'm sort of like I was hoping Chef Lord would have showed
It's
up,
all
but
right.
he did tell me that he might have had a conflict schedule because of the fact that he had to pick up his daughter, which is fine,
It's
obviously.
fine.
But at the end of the day, my I'm hoping to get him on our next show. Maybe bring Alan again, and maybe actually have him do the product demo. With that being said, but he's actually on there. Maybe he'll just say a quick word or something. So let me go ahead and see if I can bring him in
All
real
right.
quick.
Great.
Chef
Hello.
Lord, Chef Lord, you made it. Oh
I
my
don't
God.
need it. Sorry.
Chef Lord,
Yeah, fine.
before you begin, so you don't get mad at me or my other guests getting mad at me, we sort of ran a little late. Now, we're running late, but I wanted you to be here to tell us quick about your opening, your restaurant, and how amazing you are, and a quick just journey of what you're doing with Saint C, please.
So, hello everyone. My name is Maynard, and uh, I'm opening a restaurant called Kuya Lord here in LA, and I've been doing this for 2 years as a pop up in my garage. Actually, I'm in my garage right now. Just one second. I just got home from work because just so I can be here today. But it's a traffic, LA. It's like in Manila. Anyway, so I was doing, like I said, I was supposed to open my restaurant in 2020, but COVID happened, so I got forced to build a full-on kitchen in my garage so I can do R&D while waiting for the COVID to be over. But it's just like last for like 2 years. And fortunately, while doing my pop-up in my house, like I built my brand, and a lot of people started picking up food out of my garage. So, but I've been cooking here professionally, or mostly in fine dining restaurants for 20 years. And obviously, I got again like a name here in LA. Actually, like more in national, like in the industry. So, but I everyone really knows that I want to open a Filipino restaurant, mostly focused on Southern Tagalog cuisine. So yeah, so I met Alan through Instagram. I think he reached out to me
Yes.
and asked me if like if I can try his product, which is calamansi. So for quite some time now in LA, that like Filipino ingredients such as like calamansi, like calamansi concentrate, ube, like coconut vinegar, so on and so forth, are become popular not only for Filipino cooking but also like international cooking cuisines. Like we use that in the French cuisine, use that in Italian cuisine, even like like using fish sauce. You know, but because everyone's doing using are used to using calamansi concentrates, vinegar. Uh, it's there's like scarcity, especially now after COVID, that it's hard to find really good calamansi. Mostly the calamansi concentrate that we got here even like came from France, and sometimes they're not consistent because they are bitter. So yeah, I told Alan, yeah, sure, bring some, send some product here. Maybe I'll try it. Like maybe we can, if I like it, I will help you promote it. Because like it's a small industry, so if I like it really, if I like it, then I can share it with other chef friends of mine who own restaurants here in LA, and for sure if I like it they're gonna like it too, and then I tried this product. I got all of his products, the calamansi concentrate, the coconut vinegar, the soy mansi, and then the
Coco
ketchup,
Mansi.
the coco mansi. I mean, I always call that soy
Yeah,
mansi.
it's all right,
It
chef.
tastes like soy mansi. So, and to tell you honestly, without like like asking for a discount from Alan, I really love it because like I mean tell uh just one second. I even like tell Ferdinand when I first met him, because Ferdinand is the one who brought me the products. I said like like for me, I'm so used to like like ingredients all over the world, and I came for like in a restaurants that we if we like an ingredient, we don't really care about the price because like you know like I that's what I told him. Like at Fernin, we don't really care about the price. Like I have a calamansi vinegar, like I said, that I got from a company from France that for like maybe like a small bottle costs $50. And
Oh wow.
I buy like at least a case. It's like 40 bottles in a case, and I use that in a week. So
Wow.
imagine like how much usage we make for a week. But again, we're not afraid of buying expensive ingredients, but we also can sell it.
See, I'm going to interrupt you there only because, like I told earlier, sometimes our schedule is in a hurry. But I didn't want to not acknowledge and be grateful to your presence here,
Yeah,
Chef Lord, only because um, I love the phrase on your Instagram, Filipino food done your way, and I've always found you to be. It's not. You see, what I wanted to is to let people know it's not about your connection with Alan, just that, because you're
mhm.
great. But you see, what I'm trying to come across to a lot of Philippine manufacturers is that there are people like Chef Lord who are willing to share their resources, try it, as long as it's global quality. That in the end, if it's good, people like Chef Lord who appreciate quality will buy it, will support it. And all at the end of the day, all I'm always trying to tell the Philippine manufacturers, do a good job. And not that I'm not saying that they're not doing a good job, but I think at the end, there's a market for our for Philippine made products.
Yeah,
And I knew I cut you off, but I'm going to move on a little bit in terms of what our next segment. But I wanted you to come back. I really wanted you to come back and maybe talk a little bit more. Maybe do a very impromptu or a simple food. Product demo. I would love for you to do that, Chef Lord. Could you do that?
probably once my restaurant open. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. I would
hopefully
love
like
to.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
on
we would
like
like to do.
yeah. Go
Oh, go
ahead, go
ahead.
ahead.
Your last comment. What's your last comment, Chef
My
Lord?
last comment is one thing that the reason why I'm sold to this product, like Alan's product, because most of like the coconut vinegar, the calamansi, and like most of his product came from my province, which makes it like my story of my food or menu is like it really relates. Alan's product relates in with my menu. You know, and I'm so proud of it because I can tell now to like my non-Filipino chefs, mostly white chefs, that hey, look at my product that comes from my province. Like this is like we can sell it like everywhere. You
Wow,
know.
wow,
That's
that's
great.
amazing.
That's great.
Okay, with that being said, I want to end that on a positive note, that segment. Now I want to go ahead and move on to our next segment. Chef Lord, Alan, thank you so much for being
Yeah.
on the, live at the Emporium.
Well, can I
Again,
just say one more thing, Bong?
yeah.
I just want to say, thank God, Chef Lord found Saint C.
Yeah.
I love the biblical connection there, Chef Lord and Saint C.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a reason why you found each other.
Yep.
So again, Emporium is so happy to be a part of that connection, and that's what we want to just keep doing. Because at the end of the day, if Chef Lord you're happy with it, and Saint C you're happy with trying to bring the products in, I'm hoping there's going to be a lot more people that are going to be happy. So with that
All right.
being said, thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it. Let's
You.
do another show, okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bong. Thank you, Chef. All right.
Thanks for waiting for me.
All right, everybody. That's this example of what Emporium is always trying to do is figure out ways to connect people in the Philippines as well as in the U.S. market. And with that being said, this segment is about trying to tell you what Emporium, what we do besides the showroom to promote Philippine products. And to do that, I want to go ahead and introduce the co-founder of Emporium, Christina Espiritu, where she'll talk briefly about what activity they did recently and mention those brands. By the way, I'm impressed by these brands that they worked with Saturday. They had a show, and I'll let her tell you all about it. So, hey, Christina, how are you? You're on mute.
I am doing very, very well.
There you go. Yes, thank you. Thank you for making
Good.
time to be here, even though technically I know you're busy. So get to it.
Yes. So, as many of you know, part of what we do for Emporium are just this really, really fun shows, right? With brands, whether we have you by yourself or with other brands that really complement you. So, what we did last Saturday is exactly just that. What we had is our first official spring fashion trunk show with the Mestizo LA, which is a brand of modern Filipiniana wear based in California. So we had a selected group of women and a few men because they also sell barongs, like modern take on barongs. So we had basically a private shopping party with them, and then along with Pili Annie, which is a vegan sustainable cruelty free skincare and beauty brand. And of course we also serve some drinks with where we use limoncito, which is many of you are familiar with, and also spiked with some Papo J's lambanog. So we all had a great time shopping, eating, drinking, and also just hanging out. So
Well, I know you guys get to have all the fun, and I just do my thing here in the studio because that's their thing. The events and all that. They do a wonderful job. She and the other co-founder, Christina Consunji, of promoting Philippine-made products in these events. I was impressed by the products and the caliber of Philippine-made products or companies that we're starting to encounter. But we thank, again, a quick shout out to the Philippine Trade and Investment Center as well as the consulate office right now here in Los Angeles at Badajos for doing all of that, and also
mhm.
getting support from some of the Philippine government and the Department of Trade that are looking at Emporium as well as the Department of Agriculture and CITEM. And a lot of them could be watching right now or maybe watching later. And we want to thank you for giving us an opportunity to show you what we can do. But again, this is about creating opportunities for Philippine-made products. So this is our way. This is our signature way of doing that. And what Christina is doing is that they're probably doing a lot more events. And if you want to mention that before you go,
Sure.
Christina,
Yeah.
what do we
Yeah.
have in store later on?
Yeah, and I guess the good thing about this is, as you know, the Mestizo is based here in California, but they're owned by one of the co-founders is Filipino American, and then Piliani is based in the Philippines, but they are trying and have already been have had a little bit of exposure to the U.S. market. So as you can see, we deal with both businesses that are here with Filipino Americans here in the U.S. and also with Philippine manufacturers. But with that said, we have a lot of really great things in store. We're continuing to do like some fashion trunk shows throughout in the next couple of months, and then also have some food. So we're gonna do some food tasting, food sampling, and focus groups. So if you are interested in becoming part of our focus group and be able to taste some delicious products that are very unique to the market, and you're gonna be probably the first ones to taste it, please go to our website or go contact Ferdinand and then make sure that you are on our mailing list.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely, this show is about again interaction, giving us some feedback. I don't know, what do you think of the shows? What other shows or activities
mhm.
should we do to promote Philippine products? Because we need to do it consistently, people. We need to understand what you want, and you need to preach to the entire U.S. market. I'm talking to the Filipinos, of course, the Philamps, to how do we make the products that much more amazing. So obviously, we'll just like Alan said earlier, hindi tayo mapapahiya, and that's going to come from all of you, your feedback, right? So Christina, thank you so much for being on the show. But at the end, also, you guys have done a magnificent job. We got a new floor in the showroom now.
Yes, yes,
Can't
yeah.
wait to show that on the next segment. We got a new little makeover here. But Christina, thank you so much. And
Thank
obviously,
you.
in future show, you're gonna tell us more about other products or other things that we're gonna do. Okay, so thank you so much.
Absolutely.
All right,
Yep.
I'll talk to you
Thank
soon.
you. Yep.
Bye bye. All right, everyone. So the next segment of our show, it's again another story, another journey of two people or two companies that we put together. When we do these business matchmaking, we don't technically promise anything, right? Because I want to be fair about that. Only because at the end of the day, our intentions are always, how do you create a connection with a supplier in the Philippines and a buyer, a potential buyer or collaborator in the US? So far, we've had great journey so far with everybody connecting with each other, right? And one of those news stories, she was recently here. The name of her company is Barong Warehouse, and her name is Cello Coppage. And I'll let you tell her, let her tell you a little bit about her. And then the other person that I'm bringing in, she's a designer, and all of her products are actually being worn by a lot of celebrities in the Philippines. I think even some here, maybe, I don't know. I know for sure in the Philippines, but they're on a journey together to promote it here in the U.S. So let me go ahead and bring them aboard, or bring them on camera, and to let them tell their stories, their brief stories. Again, these things are meant to just sort of give you a glimpse of what we're trying to do to create these connections. Okay, so with that being said, let me go ahead and bring up Losh Tunyako of Anthology PH. She's a designer there, and an amazing designer at that. And then also an entrepreneur, Cello Coppage, and she has an online store called Barong Warehouse here in Southern California. Ladies, how are you? Looking stylish.
Hey.
Good morning from the Philippines.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Shalom.
Hi, Love. Hi, Ferdinand.
How are you guys? I am like, the other day I saw a post of you, Cello, in a wonderful post, but I'll go ahead and let you explain that a little bit later, but I don't know if I want to explain it myself. Great picture. I don't know who your photographer is. Tell them that they did an amazing job. But now,
thank you.
Let's talk about your journey so far. What have you done, and how have you helped each other? Because again, this is also about trying to empower and to encourage a lot of Philippine manufacturers, and also open up the minds of U.S.-based entrepreneurs to look at products in the Philippines and maybe incorporate them in their online businesses, just like what you're trying to do, Cello, with a lot of the businesses. So let's start with Cello, I guess. Cello, tell us a little bit about your business, and then I'll let Loj go ahead and talk about hers.
Great. So thank you, Ferdinand, for having us here. I am an owner of barongwarehouse.com. I don't know if you can see it on my background. There we go. barongwarehouse.com. And we've been selling Filipiniana and Barong Tagalog in Los Angeles since 1997, my family. And then we started the website around 2013. So yeah, we sell, nationwide. We also sell worldwide, even in the Philippines. And it's been a really amazing journey supporting Filipino products. So we not only have Filipino Barong Tagalog and Filipiniana now, we also do several other Filipino products on our store. And recently, thank you, Ferdinand, but you introduced us to Loj, the owner of Anthology, and she's a great designer. We're so excited to have her. We're gonna have her products on our site in June, so that's gonna be really exciting. And I think our customers are gonna love her stuff. And it's great connecting and supporting other Filipinos as well. And we're very excited to this new venture.
I'm going to bring up Loj to talk about her company, but I wanted to just sort of cap off what you said. You, by yourself as an individual, you have that same sort of mindset, right? You see something good, just like Chef Lord earlier, and you want to support it because you have the same mindset. And again, I want to reiterate that to the people in the Philippines, of manufacturers, because at the end of the day, if it's good, hey, there's got someone who's going to buy it. Somebody's going to do it. So you always want to strive for that, because there are people here, in the Filipino community that wants to do that. But again, I sometimes don't want to get into the, Filipino community. To me, I'm always about, hey, if it's good product, it's good product. But it's just amazing that we have great products, and because at the end, it's going to help, the economy, or create livelihoods there when you're able to support it in that regards, right?
Totally agree. And you know what? What's happening right now too is that a lot of our artisan, embroiderers, they're turning to other types of livelihood because they're not getting enough support. So we really have to come together and support our culture so that, these traditions of ours don't disappear. And especially over the pandemic, people have been forced to find other ways of work. So right now, we're trying to support as many as possible so that we can continue these amazing traditions we have with sewing and other artisanship.
We're so happy to collaborate with you with Barong Warehouse. So as far as exposing a lot of these products to your market, because you started your business a long time ago, a good amount of time that you gathered enough people and following, and to be able to introduce other designers is sort of amazing to have that sort of system. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and let Loj talk about her company and some of the stuff that she has created, and tell her where a lot of people can watch or see these pictures. Okay, so just sit tight for a little bit. Okay, Loj, how are you?
Hi, Ferdy. Good morning. Good morning here from the Philippines.
You
Okay.
know, I have to tell everybody that it's in the Philippines. It's like 8:45 or 8:50, and at first I wanted
Yeah.
to do it earlier, but I want to thank you for. I know you have long nights, a lot of things, and you got a family to take care of, and
Mhm.
sometimes these long, evenings get to the point where you want to sleep in more. And I appreciate you taking your time to do it. So, with that being said, please
No
talk about
worries.
anthology, okay?
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for your introduction. Anthology is actually a design company also. Clothing and design company. So right now we incorporate woven fabrics to modern clothing. We collaborate with weavers all over the Philippines, and put them in uniforms. As much as possible, we want to incorporate our culture and our modern clothing. Like right now, I'm using a scarf from Abra, from the Tingian tribe, and they actually, everything is hand woven here, from the fabric up to the embroidery. So that's it. That's how our company works.
Well, the one thing that I like about when I first discovered your company is, like you said, you're about focusing on creating livelihood, creating opportunities, and that's what we're doing on this side of it, but also the natural fibers. I think. Well, let me go ahead and bring Cello onto it. Okay, hold on. Cello. Okay, so what I was just saying earlier about Lush, because she decided she wants to do something short in her explanation,
Yeah.
which is fine. I mean, I like it too. I find myself chasing the time because I promise an hour, right? But at the end, it's probably going to go a little bit over that. But what I'm saying to all of you, both of you, is that you have the same mindset. And Lush, I think that the Philippines sometimes maybe obviously we have that big country somewhere in Southeast Asia that's amazing with pricing, right? So we can never play with that. But I think what makes Philippines could be put on the map per se in a big way is because the handcrafts products, with the artisans, as well as unique products, technology that's being created also by the Philippines, but also ingredients. So those are the three things that I'm always focused on when I'm trying to look for sourcing for products that could be introduced in the U.S. So with you guys now, Loj, tell us a little bit more about what you've done so far. I mean, I know you've sent some of your products here, so tell us a little bit about that, what you've done, and then Cello can sort of chime in a little bit about what has been done in terms of taking pictures and stuff like that. So go ahead, Loj.
Sorry, in terms of what?
In terms of what you guys have done so far, in terms of your
Okay.
connection. Yeah.
Actually, it's actually a light for us MSMEs to know people like Shello, like Ferdy. Thank you so much for connecting me with Shello, and actually, some boutiques in LA already contacted me also, and it's something that is we are really grateful for the Filipino MSME, and I was also able to connect some of Filipino MSME to Shello, wherein they can also place their products, Filipino products. Right now, we are currently we are on the operations already with the clothing. And well, I actually have here my new bag. Okay, so if you can see that,
So cute.
we will be sending so we will be sending this also to Shello. So that's how it works right now. We're still finishing everything.
So, Lodge is one of our new vendors on baronwarehouse.com. We have a vendor program where we can store, ship, and pack your orders for you. And, so any brands out there in the Philippines who's listening and you need that support here on the US side, just let us know. You can email us at info@baronwarehouse.com if you're interested. And, we can connect and work together and push each other's products and show that, and especially to the Philams who are hungry for these types of products and they want something unique and something to represent their culture. So what
Yeah.
Lodge is doing is amazing. And I think there's really a great opportunity here for our communities, both in the
What I like,
Philippines.
what I like about Lodge's design is their well, I don't want to say practical because it makes it seem like it's not whatever, right? But I like it because it's casual elegance to me, and some
Agreed.
of the stuff
Yeah,
that you've done,
that's right.
right? So I don't know if that's what you were going for, but I'm hoping that stop listening to just me, but go to her website, Anthology, I think, or Facebook, ANTHOLOGIE, right? Anthology, and
Yes.
then also go to Barong Warehouse. I have some of her stuff here, but it doesn't do justice, not just in those designs, but there's a lot more. But I think I can see those products here in the US because
Definitely.
it's sort of global. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Mhm.
it's just pretty, period. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
where it is, it's just nice. And then on top of that,
Thank you.
the material is natural. But again, going back to both of you, because I know that you guys have a busy schedule too. At the end, what I'm really excited for you guys to do, wherever this journey takes both of you, I just hope that you continue to have that discussion and then encourage each other. And whether Lowe's, you're referring people to cello and vice versa, cello, it doesn't matter because at the end, I just feel personally that we need to do more of that to bring some sort of um, a peak or familiarity or awareness for Philippine-made products. Because let's do that. Let's continue to do that and work with each other.
Yes, I think
That's right.
what Lodge is doing as well that's really great is that a lot of Filipiniana and Barong Tagalog are looked at as, formal wear. Whereas with Lodge's products, it's very casual but super lifestyle type clothing that, you can wear anywhere and you can dress up or down. So I'm really excited for her brand to come on board with us and to push her stuff very soon.
Thank you for those words, Shallow. Lodge, you want to say anything before you guys go? Because obviously everybody's busy.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm having an allergy right now. It's so bad. But anyway, that's why I
Yeah,
wake
allergy
up so
pulse.
early. Like,
No, I know, I
yeah.
know.
But anyway, thank you so much, Ferdy. Thank you, Shella, for having me here. I hope that we can all work out on Filipino products. Let, as what they say, mas palakasin pa natin ang produktong Pilipino, right? So that we can all help sustainability for our countrymen. After pandemic, it was really a hard thing to do, right? Like what Shella was telling earlier, that our mambuburdas need to find another job for them to be able to sustain, right? So we don't want that. We want our culture to continue and not disappear. So I'm asking everyone that if we could support the Filipino products, please do. And thank you so much for having me here.
No, I thank you both for being here and taking the time out of your busy schedule. I know how it is to be a mother, not me, but I've seen my wife, and I know you guys got a lot of things that you need to take care of.
I know.
But at the end, what I really want to emphasize on is that let's do some sort of a fashion show or something. Like we'll do it at
Yeah.
a small one, and we'll invite buyers all day, and then it'll just be you guys because that's probably one of the things that we definitely want to do here. Again, if you, I'll feature the showroom again. Cello, we actually changed the rug. I don't know if you liked the rug before, but we changed it to hardwood. It looks really, really nice.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's brought to another level of presentation here. So with that being
Very
said,
cool.
thank you guys for being here. And then let's do another one and keep us up to date on what's happening with you guys, okay? And go ahead and post something on Facebook if you can, please.
Thank you, Ferdinand.
Definitely.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, we're almost at the end of the show. But before you go, don't go yet, because I promised I would do live selling. But before I do that, I want to thank Luz Viminda Bulatag for being here. She says, "Good morning, Sir Ferdinand, Ma'am Christina, likewise to our guests from the Philippines, and also May Discutio Cruz from Barong Warehouse ships fast and is very efficient when it comes to order fulfillment." That's what she says. Giro said, "Anthology. Love it. It was looking for a Banig Messenger bag. Any chance you're designing one here?" One, hey, hey, hey. So to me, I think that's the case, and this is the kind of conversation we want. Hello, May. And then Aldous said that he's currently in Washington, D.C. TC or Teresa Jumal Kabog, she said that glad to have a glimpse on how EmPHorium works. Congratulations. And also Mary Lou Aguinaldo Lee, for doing that. And then, by the way, if you like any of the products that you saw, please send us send us a message and tell us, like, how much would you want, and where can we send the product, these samples. But before we go, I did promise you that I wanted to do a live demonstration of a product that I think right now is very much in demand. I'm going to go ahead and show you my screen, okay? So please don't go away. You've been seeing in the background, you've been seeing on the background this bowl with that purple stuff, right? Trust me, what I want to show you is from a company called Sikaya Natural. Okay, Sikaya Natural Food. See if you can see that. Okay, Sikaya Natural Ube Juice Extract Powder. It's not just juice extract powder they can do. They can do ube powder. What I wanted to tell you, this is the part where this is our way of doing live selling. You see, with ube, everybody knows what ube is, but just so that those people who don't know what ube, the scientific name is Dioscorea alata, and it's a purple yam. Don't get it confused with taro, which a lot of people who have tasted that or never tasted ube will probably think it's taro, but it's not. And what I wanted to go ahead and what's amazing is that ube can be used for ice cream, smoothie, baked goods, everything. If you look on Instagram, just hashtag ube, or look at ube. There's so much in the Filipino community in LA, all over the United States, period, that's using the product. And then, as you know, a lot of you probably already know that Trader Joe's is doing an amazing job in promoting, or rather putting that ingredient on their pancakes, I think cookies and ice cream, I think. And also, I read somewhere that maybe they're doing it on pretzels also, which I cannot wait to taste, right? Now, you can make your own ube powder, right? Because it's so hard. Right now, I get complaints that, I don't know where to find, ube, most of it is like just these extract from, a company here, a well-known company, and it's not really the true taste. And then sometimes I think they're mixing it up with ube halaya also. But you could do all of that. You could make your own ube powder to have that taste, right? Because there you need to go wash and cook the ube. You got to find the ube, peel it and mash it, dehydrate it, and then grind the powder. That's a long time. I mean, if you guys are doing a lot of amazing products with ube, why do that when there's a source that EmPHorium have access to for you to be able to get these products? Okay, and one of them is ube juice extract powder. So let me go ahead and show you. I hope you can see this. This is the ube powder that from a company called Sikaya Natural Food. As you can see, it's very grainy. That's what ube powder. This is a juice extract, but it's similar to what the ube powder really is. This is an extract from a juice, ube juice. So all I have to do is put water in that. I don't know the ratio. I forget what it is, or I can even just put milk. But you can literally put that and put it in some sort of a smoothie, and you will derive that same taste from an ube. But again, I get I have a grin on my face every time somebody calls me up or sends me a text saying, where can we get ube powder? And it's not like it's just sitting there somewhere. It has to be actually made, but I know where to get it. EmPHorium, that's their job, is to source these things, and we definitely have a place, and this is one of them, Sikaya. that creates that. They have other products also. But at the end, if you're looking for ube powder, if you're a chef, you're a baker, you like to make drinks. I mean, I've seen alcoholic drinks made out of ube. Please reach out to us and let us help you find these ube ingredients, ube powder, because that's something that what we're doing now is if you're interested in that, please send us a message, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to do pre-orders. If you want to get a sample of this, it's on limited supply. We can do it. Go ahead and send us a message. We'll send you a sample. Just go ahead and pay for the shipping, or please go visit us. Go visit EmPHorium. It's there. Just let us know when you'll be coming. And we're located at 3250 Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles. So with that being said, all of this stuff, you can access it. There's a lot more other products that we haven't yet to show you. And hopefully that you will continue to support. And our goal is to make EmPHorium sort of an iconic place, or a place where you could say it's the go-to place, the go-to center for you to discover Philippine-made products. There are others out there, but it's such a big market that I will even reach out to all of the people right now who are creating other venues for Philippine products for us to work together. Because at the end of the day, it's a big market. It's a lot of work to try to create consistent Philippine-made products, showroom, or rather events or promotion that there's a lot of room. So we don't really have to we could share our resources. Right now we're working with PTIC and all those other places or government entities that we feel that we want to show that there's a system, there's a unified way to be able to promote Philippine products at the end of the day. So I guess, for lack of a better word, trying to create a movement, because at the end, it's not just selling something, which is great. I love it, but I also like the idea that you're creating a lot of livelihood in the Philippines. Again, going back to that, going to the why we're doing it besides just trying to make money. Okay, nothing wrong with that, trust me. But at the end, we're also just trying to help and create more awareness, because there's so much products in the Philippines that I think it's never going to get the exposure it deserves for whatever reason. And I'm not going to go into all of that. But hopefully also, I want to just tell you, look at going to the ube. If you're interested in that ube, please go ahead and let me know. And then I can send you the samples. Let me see if there are any other messages here. I like your platform, very interactive and interesting products. That's from Mayan Salazar from the Philippines. Man, please, every time you see a content coming out from us, we can only make EmPHorium the way it is only because you guys are supporting it. And again, I challenge all of you, or rather not challenge, I should just say invite all of you to be a part of the focus group, because that's another component that we're doing, where if you go to the showroom, we can do it virtually, but most of the time we want to be 80% people are here, so they're interacting with you, and then we can take it live. Again, it's a form of data, but it's also a form of encouragement for Philippine manufacturers to come and realize that there's definitely a need, because sometimes I feel that a lot of Philippine manufacturers need to understand the products are amazing. Always, the mindset is focus on the quality. A lot of things will always be challenging. I realize that, but there are people here in the U.S., not just EmPHorium, but the Chef Lords of the world, the Barong Warehouse of the world, that wants to help create opportunities and sales opportunities and awareness for Philippine-made products. EmPHorium, we're just trying to maybe facilitate it and make it consistent at the end of the day, because with our growing database of buyers, that's exactly what we're trying to also cultivate. And so that'll benefit us, obviously, but definitely the buyers, the Philippine manufacturers. So with that being said, I hope you continue to watch us every Thursday at 5 o'clock. I went over already. And at the same time, next Thursday, not only will we have a master class for Philippine manufacturers on Zoom on how to do design, for the U.S. market, but we will also have this live stream again, a version of our live selling when it comes to on Thursday, every Thursday that we're trying to do. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much. And I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and thank you for watching this. Bye.